cow your own adventure, a menu appears and you create your first save. Then the game begins. Choose your character. You cannot select... You cannot select artist cow until you complete... You cannot select artist cow until you complete all routes of apple pie cow and leprechaun hat cow. Oh, I choose my own... Apple pie cow. The cow is cooking an apple pie. He does not like apple pies, mainly due to his deathly apple allergy. But also, he hated what they represented. He was cooking this pie, not baking it, so he could spit. That said spite. He was cooking this pie, not baking it, so he could spite his masters, the filthy Appletonarians, Senor and Senora Johnny Apple... Cetas. Senor and Senor Johnny Applesetas. They were the dictators of this terrible land, and they ruled with an iron apple. You heard that right. The iron apple. A scepter of great power that summoned apples to fall from the heavens and destroy anything in their path. The cow was a victim, but after tonight, he no longer would be. The dictators had trusted him with their food. Tonight, he will have his revenge. Fancy transition sound. Will the cow A. Poison the apple pie? B. Retire from spy work. He will poison the apple pie. From the back of his jowls, the cow unveils a secret vial filled with his saliva. His saliva is poisonous, as you well know, reader. He empties the vial, then refills it with his drool and saves it for later. Never know when you'll need a vial of your own spit. The pie served, the rulers are oblivious, until they were very much oblivious. Their insides boil, their skin erupts into mal-shapen bubbles, and eventually, they pop. Slowly, the cow approaches the scepter. He cannot resist its call. Now he would be the Lord of Applebottom. This is a bad ending. God dang it. Try to avoid letting the cow interact with apples. Load your first save. A menu appears. Skip. Apple pie cow. The cow is skip. Retire from spy work. On second thought, nah. The cow thought audibly and in perfect English. The cow had enough of this life, chasing shadows and looking over his shoulder. He decided it was time to quit. Revolution be damned. He packed up his vial of saliva poison. He packed up his vial of saliva poison and stowed it in his outer pouch. He walked out of the castle and spent his days grazing grass in the hills of News-Eland, until one day a giant apple fell on his head from the sky, and out stepped Bames. From Bames the giant apple. The end. This is a bad ending. Try to avoid letting the cow interact with apples. Load your first save. Rainbow cow. The cow is searching for the end of the rainbow. He is full of hope and wishes and indigestion. He has been wandering for ages, his udders dragging on the ground as his enormous belly bulges with the fury of 1,000 xenomorphs. Okay, I got this. He is he is host to the next generation of monsters, but he does not wish to be. He found this hat and has decided to trust in the magic that the small orange-haired man promised him he would have should he reach this supposed end of the rainbow. After what felt like mere minutes, but was actually just mere minutes, the cow had arrived. A pool of rainbows and gold sat before him, glistening brighter than the morning dew on health grass. He had made it. All he had to do was reach his thumbed hand out and partake of the lucky charm that sat atop the golden tree. Fancy transition sound. Will the cow A. have the cow eat the lucky charm? B. do not partake and sacrifice himself to the rainbow pool? Will the cow have the cow eat the lucky charm? Have the cow eat the lucky charm. The cow regrets this decision as he fails to realize the charm is actually an apple. God damn it. His allergies overwhelm him, and he dies. Try to avoid letting the cow interact with apples. Load your first save. Will the cow do not partake and sacrifice himself to the rainbow pool? The cow sees the charm to be an apple and wisely avoids the allergic reaction it would have caused him. But he must save the world from his alien babies. They're too yucky to be let into this world. He throws himself into the rainbow pool and is able to suppress their growth, but at the cost of his own hippocampus. All memory of saving the world is lost. This is a bad ending. Try to avoid letting the cow interact with apples. Load your first save. Game Master, I have completed all routes of Apple Pie Cow and Leprechaun Hat Cow. May I proceed to the Artist Cow route?
You may.
Thank you. Artist Cow. The cow is exploring modern art. He is both confused and creatively inspired. This is because he lives in a world where there are no apples. The Artist Cow has known a life of no apples. A sweet and appleless life indeed. It is a wonderful life, filled with oranges and pears and bananas, but no apples. This is a safe space. Here, the cow loves to paint fruits, but not apples, in his spare time. He loves a good bowl of fruits, as long as there aren't any apples. Why does he hate apples so much? He wasn't sure, and the writer decided he wouldn't think that hard for something clever to say. Suddenly, and very quietly, a group of middle-aged, normal kung fu kangaroos came bursting through the door, air horns blazing. Quietly. So quiet, the cow could only hear the air horns and could not see the kangaroos. The kangaroos were here to ambush him. For what, I dare not say, because that would be spoilers. Fancy transition sound. Will the cow 1. Fight the kangaroos. 2. Do the boring thing and run so he can make his appointment on time. He decided he had no choice but to sing a song. And sing he did. The cow sang so loud that it broke the sound barrier. His voice was boisterous and bold, and eventually his power tore a hole in the space-time continuum. A portal opened up before all the kangaroos and the cow, and out stepped Capleton Applemerica. The cow wept because his voice had brought the destruction of this world. This is a bad ending. Try to avoid letting the cow interact with apples. Load your first save. Do the boring thing and run so he can make his appointment on time. The cow did not have time for this. He was going to be late. With a hey-ya and a kerpow and a bam pff, he sent those kangaroos packing. They were very annoyed with the weird sound she was making and decided to attack him when he was being less irritating. Was that supposed to be she?
No.
Okay. The cow leapt from his 30th story window, shattering the glass, and then began to web swing his way across the Portland cityscape. He was determined to be on time. But wait, there was a sound. A soundy sound. A soundy sound that sounds soundly. Cheese bubbles. No, that doesn't make any sense. A crime was happening. Fancy transition sound. Will the cow stop the crime like a true hero would? Or get to his appointment on time and leave the poor victim to die? If you pick this first stuff, you are a cruel monster. There could be a child in danger. You made that very tempting, actually. There could be a child in danger. Finally, after making all the right decisions, and finally going the correct way, the cow did it. He made it to his appointment. What appointment was that? Well, this appointment was to have his soul grafted into reality, taken from an abstract of pixels in the minds of two adult men making YouTube videos, and turn him into a real tangible being. He could be felt, he could be touched, and he could be known. The cow stood in this small building in Portland and watched as his essence faded away, inch by inch. He knew where he was headed, to the material plane, to a new world. The cow looked up and saw God. He saw a man weeping at the majesty that was the cow's birth. Existence is pain, he thought. Then God spoke.
Yeah, this is gonna be funny later.
The cow was now real. But whatever does this mean? I'll show you. We cut to the reveal. No way! No way! Is that real?
That's real. It's healing.
Are you kidding me? You got this. This is a bad ending. Try to have Bryce not interact with cows.